The holiday of Hanukkah is called the Festival of Lights. Light means wisdom. Light means seeing clearly. Light means seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So every day of Hanukkah should enlighten us, should reveal to us something we hadn't seen before. So each night when we light the candle and we sit there watching it burn, we should come away with a new insight that comes from light. As a result, by the end of the 8th day, we're vastly improved people, more grounded, but also more inspired, more committed, but experiencing greater freedom. These are the blessings that come from the festival of Hanukkah. What was the story of Hanukkah? The Jewish people finally come to the promised land, to the land of Israel. They're settled now. They've built the temple. They have a holy temple in Jerusalem. Things are perfect. The best of times. Jews are at their most innocent, most natural, most native. Now, the Assyrian Greeks come in with their philosophy, with their Hellenistic ideas, and they try to impose it on the populace. Militarily, there was this huge battle. The Maccabees fought back against the trained army, and they were just a handful of rebels. Miraculously, stunningly, they win the battle. And of course, we thank God for that every day of Hanukkah. But that's not what you're going to see. That's not what you're going to experience. What you're going to see and experience is the menorah, the miracle of the oil. The oil was contaminated because of all the death that resulted from the war, and they had to produce fresh oil that was not contaminated. They had to wait 8 days before they could get that new oil. In the meantime, they needed to light the menorah because they had rededicated the temple. They could have used the oil that was contaminated, that was impure, but they refused. They went looking, they searched until they found one small cruse of oil still sealed with the seal of the high priest of the Kohen Gadol. That was enough for one night. Miraculously, it lasted all 8 nights. What are we seeing? What is this miracle? The miracle of the exodus from Egypt is that we were able to escape slavery and transcend slavery, never to go back. The miracle of Purim was we were threatened with annihilation, with genocide. Haman wanted to kill Jews, nothing else. And he was defeated. He ended up being killed. And we have a festival celebrating our ability to survive genocidal attempts. What is Hanukkah? There was no slavery and there was no genocide. There was only the corruption of Jewish ideas, the corruption of the purity of the temple, which means there was a loss of innocence. By refusing to use the oil that was contaminated, finding the cruse of oil that was untouched, we regained our innocence, which means very simply, when something happens and you have been diminished, you have been compromised, and you feel like you've lost your innocence, willingly, unwillingly, intentionally, unintentionally, but your innocence is gone. Now you can say, well, gotta keep living, so I will live in my compromised state. Or you can say, there is a place that is beyond compromise. There is a place that is beyond tuma, impurity. There's a place that can't be damaged within every one of us. When we feel like we've been damaged, we need to go a little deeper to where the damage can't go. And that strength, that innocence that is born and natural and cannot be affected and cannot be ruined, that can light your menorah, if you know what I mean. It can light your life. So they went and they found and they used the pure oil to light all 8 days of Hanukkah. 8 days means the entire week, which is all of creation, and one day beyond. The moral of the story is your innocence can never fully be taken away. We are born innocent. You can't change nature. So, whatever ill effects, whatever impurities may have been added on to us, it's artificial. It's not who we really are. We need to go just a little deeper and function from that place where there is no compromise, there is no unholiness, there is no corruption. We come from the most innocent of places. That way, we are not living a compromised life. We're not settling for second best. We're going back to the most true innocence that can never be affected by anything unholy, because holy, innocent, true is so much more powerful than unholy, corrupt, and false. So Hanukkah is the celebration of the survival or the victory of innocence over corruption. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there's a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it. These ideas, these messages, this approach to life, this approach to Torah, to meaning, and to morals is vital for the world today. And we need to get this message out to the entire world. It is universal, it's essential, it's indispensable. To support this effort, if you want to be a partner in this crime, check out the link and make a donation. It really helps a lot. And thank you in advance.